You were defeated and lost your honor because you didn't improve your magic game using Eastern philosophy. Part 27. We move on to explore tactical options. I'm going to offer some deck building advice that a lot of people are kind of missing out on because it's kind of a veggies kind of part to your plate rather than the meat and potatoes. Now I'm going to talk about this mainly through combat damage win conditions and not other forms of win conditions, but it still kind of applies, at least in theory. So to knock out players, you both need to have damage to dish out, and also you need to have a plan of getting it there. Now, Dino, what does that mean, I hear you ask? And the real question is do you have any evasion? Do you have any ways of directing that damage in such a way? Because either your ping effects need to hit everybody equally, or you need to be able to start laying down some target. So this is going to come with a little bit of an exercise. I want you to lay out all of the cards for your deck that deal damage specifically, so your commander and all of your creatures and token producing things, and lay them out in CMC. So 1 mana spells, 2 mana spells, yada yada yada. And then I want you to try and count how much damage you actually can do if your game goes perfectly on curve. So place your 1 mana creatures, your 2 mana creatures, and just start laying out how much damage you can get. Then I want you to consider how much amplification. Do you have any sort of swords or equipment that can boost your damage, or any anthem effects that can kind of puff up your team? Lots of things can go into a game, but I want people to have a way of directing their damage and also knowing how much they're working with. Now this is the part where everyone's going to really hate it. Imagine doing none of it if you don't have some form of evasion or a way to make sure your damage gets through. So if you're on the ground or in the air or something like that, making sure that you have enough damage to throw around is key. And it's one of the reasons why I think dragons are one of the most broken creature types, is because they not only don't have any issues gaining mass amounts of power and having power, especially for their CMC to power to toughness ratio, but also they have flying, which means that they can go swing in. And honestly, a keyword that I don't see enough of is Vigilance. Vigilance is a keyword that can really make or break a good game, and if your commander has Vigilance, man, you are swimming in it, because you can load up your commander with all sorts of abilities, and then you can swing with impunity, and then have it as a blocker. Cards to consider: you get Akroma's Memorial, gives a whole bunch of different keywords. Bleeding Effect will give you a whole bunch of different keywords for what's in your graveyard. Decimator of the Provinces gives everything a whole bunch of power and trample, and it has haste. Ferocity of the Wilds gives non-humans trample and a power bump. One of the best white cards gives all of your creatures all of everyone else's keywords. And honestly, so many more.